Hello, everyone. How is everyone doing today? So tonight we have another show. I'm going to go back from last week and repost some things because a lot of people said that they didn't get to see them. So I'm going to make sure that everyone sees everything this week. Just hold on, y'all. I'm trying to get my video thing straight here. This is a lot. Okay. It should be situated. Oh, Lord. What am I doing? Okay. Because I have a guest coming in. So we're going to talk about some things that I know a lot of people will have questions about and things of that nature. So let me see if I can text him and get him to come in. But we're going to recap on what I did last weekend because I was called and asked, and a lot of people, they weren't able to see it. So I'm going to go over it again. And there is a question that was asked, and I'm going to wait till she comes on, and I'm going to answer that for her. So I hope everybody is having a great weekend. My weekend was good. I had fun yesterday, and things are just going good. I just plan to stay in my and be positive until the rest of these days I have left on this earth, and not entertain a bunch of drama people and people that's just all over the place. Okay, so let me see if I can text him and tell him to come in so we can start our show. So I'm going to use the link. I think it'll come up saying the guests want to come in. So the nature again of the show tonight, we're speaking again on Florence ADX Supermax. And I think a lot of people don't know that there are women. They do have a women facility at Florence ADX Supermax. I haven't really researched a lot on it, but I will. But there are a lot of women there who have murder charges, kidnapping charges, rape charges, all the same scenario as the men. So nothing is exempt. They are being treated basically the same way. Basically the same way. Nothing is different. Nothing is exempt. Every prisoner, prison is prison, y'all. To be true, prison is prison. It's nothing. Nobody has an advantage over anything. It is what it is. Some people are able to, make it through and make it out, and that's a blessing. Some people aren't. So I can't even say it's all in the person, and that could be a point. It's probably is all in the person. It's all of what you make it, but Prison is hard. It really is. It's not, no, I would never tell anybody, oh, prison is a piece of cake. No, it's not. No, it's not. And it will never be. Prison is dirty. It's nasty. It's very foul. You know, the cleanliness of the facilities are unbelievable. No women, or for that matter of fact, man should even have to live like they have prisoners living. But in the government's mind, it's like you commit a crime, this is what you will be subject to. This is how we will treat you, beat you, torture you, you know, starve you, whatever the case may be. So that's the nature of it. I'm not saying that people shouldn't be punished for their crimes. I'm not saying that at all. You know, if you commit a crime, you have to do your time. That's always been the slogan of everything. But I don't really, you know, you have a lot of men and women who are in prison that really didn't commit crimes. And for them to be tortured and go through what they're going through is a lot. It's a lot. It's an extreme lot. You know, I've seen mothers cry over their daughters for being in prison. I've seen fathers cry over their sons. I mean, and it goes on and it goes on. You know what I'm saying? But again, the nature of everything is you commit a crime, you have to do your time. What in the hell is going on here? Hello, y'all. I think my live started over. This screen and stuff. You on? Where you at? Jay said he on. Where you at? Okay. I think I gotta press that. Okay. There he is. Oh Lord. What did I do? Hold on, Jay. He gotta come back in. Hey, can you hear me? It says invite guests. It's doing a lot. Edit name, unmute, remove from stage. Stop mic cam, edit order. No. Y'all. Hi, Shelly. I'm trying to work this mess here, baby. I need Odin up in this joint. Jay is on. I'm trying to get. Let's see. He done went off. He went off. There he is. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? He's texting me. Okay. I'm trying to figure out how to add you. You can hear. Okay. I'm trying to figure out how to add you. Let me see. That's for that. Hold on, Jay. Stream info. Oh my. I'm trying to add him, y'all. I should have practiced this first. He's all, let me see if it'll do it like this. Let me push this thing. Okay. Let's do that. Kick, let's do it. My edit name. Add. It says add. Are you in? There it is. Now. Okay, now I got it. Hi, Jay.
What's up with you?
What's going on?
Man, ain't nothing. Chilling. Ain't nothing happening, man.
I learned how to work on this stuff, but I got it now. I have it now.
That's what's up.
When you went to remember when you went down to Colorado?
Yeah. I was going to Denver. And I had to, come from California going to Denver. You gotta go through Utah.
Right.
So it's like I was going through Utah, and if you ain't never been to Utah, like that joint ain't nothing like we, coming from DC, you ain't, man, going through Utah, you ain't never seen nothing like that before. So when you come out,
like dirty roads and stuff, or back roads or something.
Nah, it ain't. It's back. It's a freeway. It's a highway, but it's like the size of our streets in DC, but it's two lanes. Like our one-way streets is that, like that size, but it's two lanes. Ain't no speed limit out there or nothing. But when you coming through that, huh?
It's no signs or anything, no lights. Like, we got red.
Ain't no lights. Ain't no lights. None of that. Ain't none of that. You like in the you back, man. Listen, something happened back there. It's over.
It look like a desert.
Man, yeah. But it's hills. It's a rack of hills and stuff. But when you come through Utah, it spits you out right into Colorado. So when I came through Utah, I was right in Colorado. I didn't even know I was out of Utah. And then I just so happened to look to the right, and it was and I looked and I was like, damn, that's a prison. And I was like, damn, that don't look. I said, that don't look lonely as shit. Ain't nothing Like it's nothing around that junk.
It's
Like
not
nothing.
funny, but for real.
Yeah, that junk. It don't look really. It don't look scary from where I was. I was like maybe like a half a mile away from it. And I
Mm.
was looking at that joint from the side. I was like, damn, that's a anybody break out that joint, they ain't got nowhere to go. So anyway, long story short, I got to looking, I said, you know what? And then I found out I looked at my GPS, I was in Colorado. I said, man, that might be the ADX. So
Mhm.
me being nosy as a motherfucker, I rolled, I got off the joint and followed it. And it take you to the ADS, but it's no signs. Like I don't know if you ever been out that joint or not, but it's no signs telling you how to get to that joint. So it's like one of them things like you gotta either you know where you're going or you don't. You know what I'm saying? So
Wow.
I couldn't get like real close on it, like super close up on it, but I was close enough to see that joint. And when you see it from the front and you realize that that's what it is, when you realize that's what it is, then it's like oh shit. It's like damn that joint. Then you see how that joint look and everything comes into your mind about what you heard about the joint, what you know about the joint, so forth and so on. But that ADX, that joint ain't that joint, man, that joint ain't nothing nice.
Mm. And so I know you was looking at it like, what the hell? They have people in there. Did he go off?
Yeah, I'm here. Somebody
Yeah,
called my phone.
oh, you
But
was
yeah,
looking at it like that's where they actually have people at, and they got Slim over there. Somebody called his phone. So y'all, he actually saw um Florence, Colorado Supermax. So I have heard that it is a very non adjustable, comfortable place. I have really heard that. And for me to hear from him that it's basically on a dirt road. There he is.
yeah,
So
yeah, it's on the dirt road.
when you see it, it looks like, shouldn't be no people in there, no prisoners, huh?
Nah, hell no. And then when I like the only person that I know that was in that joint was Slim. You know what I'm saying? So
Right, right,
I was like, that's all I was thinking about. I was like, damn. I was like, damn, Slim, then this motherfucker been in there all this time? Like,
right.
god damn. You know what I'm saying? I did 10 years in the feds and it wasn't, it ain't, I mean, where I was at it was sweet for the most part, but like jail ain't nowhere where you want to be. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah.
in the feds and the FCI, that shit's sweet. But that don't there, no human contact. That's like
Right.
that's like brutal. Like if to keep it all the way 100 with you, if they was to put me in some shit like that, I just need to just go ahead, give me that needle, man. If they telling me I got to be there for the rest of my life, it ain't what the
Right.
fuck I want to be here for. But
Right.
that don't scary. That don't look scary for a nigga that done been in some serious joints like USP
Mm.
Atlanta, Lewisburg, all that shit. That joint
Right.
right there, yeah, that joint right there had me know it.
Damn.
So
So
that shit ain't no ain't nothing.
when you going up the road, it's no, like what you're saying is basically it's all dirt. It's no street or nothing. Is it street? Like the
It's
street
paved.
rail?
It's paved. It's paved. It ain't a dirt road. It's
Okay.
paved, but it's paved, but it's just like if you don't, like I said, it ain't no signs. If you don't know where you going, then you don't know where you going.
Right. Right.
It's like they
So it's
don't want it. They
basically
don't want you
out
to.
in the desert. It's just out in the desert. They just pick the space and said, put this prison right here. They can't run. Ain't nowhere to run.
That's
Ain't nowhere to hide.
that's that's what it looked like, and it ain't nothing out there but mountain lions. So like
Wow.
if you try to run at night, I mean, there's mountain lions out there. So if you try to run at night, you ain't gonna be able to see nothing. First of all, and there ain't nowhere to run to. There's
Right,
nowhere.
right.
You not going nowhere. Like you going if you ain't Chapo and you got somebody with a helicopter or something.
He escape. He cannot get out of there.
Hey, no boy. But you got to get out of there first, though. That's the part.
Right.
You got to get out first, and then once you get out, then you might can do something if you him. But other than that, nah, ain't
Mhm.
nothing happening. Yeah, ain't nothing
Wow.
happening.
Mm. Okay, thank you for sharing that with us. Thanks a lot, Jay. Cause I see you get ready to go. You doing something.
It's
You
all good,
always doing something. You always doing something.
man.
What, what you
I'm
about to
picking
do?
up my
Go.
son, man.
What? You about to fix up
Nah,
another car?
nah, nah. I'm picking up my son.
Oh,
But
okay.
it's all good. Whenever you need me, man, just let me know. It's all good. You
All right.
but yeah, but just to touch back on that one more time, the ADX ain't nothing to
Yeah.
play with, and all these youngins that's doing all this killing and shit in DC, like they take a tour out that motherfucker. I think that should have slowed down.
Right. Right.
You know
Just
what I'm
one
saying?
day will kill their ass. One day will kill them. One day will kill
Just
them.
yeah, just one day. So for
Yeah.
Slim to be out that jump for so long, it's that's remarkable. That speak of a man character right there in his mental state.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Exactly.
you gotta have a strong mental state and hellified character to withstand that.
Stay in that type of place. And
Yeah,
then
for real.
he's not only among his own color, he's among different nationalities, different killers, rapers, murders, and everything. So yeah, that's a lot.
Right.
That's a lot.
All
Yeah.
right. Well, but yeah, it's all good.
Okay, later.
I appreciate you.
Appreciate you.
All right.
All right.
All right.
Okay, now. Okay, so y'all heard he wasn't visiting anybody there, but he was out there conducting some business, and he went down that road where Florence ADX Supermax prison is. So that was his enlightening about what he just saw, and that's a lot. What he just saw and how he felt about what he saw. So now I'm going to tune into. We're going to look at some more of the things. I have another graph here, but let me touch on this question because I think she's still on here. Shelly, are you still here? In prison, they have for mental illness people, you do not go out of the compound. They had for the women, it's Carswell. In Carswell, Texas, is the facility where they would send the women who have mental illness, who's supposed to be treated. But as I have spoke to you all before, medication in prison is not what I say, because you get when you on the street, you get organic, or it's not organic, where you get, I'll say, fake prescription, not really fake prescription, but you're not getting sometimes you don't get the real medication. Say like if you were supposed to get, I can't even, because I don't deal with pills and stuff, y'all. I don't. Generic, that's the word I want to use. In prison, you receive all generic medicine. So when you are able to come home to society and get the real medicine, your body might not adjust to that, because it's like however long you've been in prison, you have been receiving the generic medicine. They never give you any real nothing in prison. You even get generic food. I'm exaggerating, but I'm just saying pasteurized food, like no taste, nothing. So for the mental health, no, there's really no help. They say that, but I've seen where I haven't seen it, but from the men's side, where I've heard, especially in ADX, men have cut their penises off. They've went so crazy to pull their eyeballs out. The prison is designed, Florence, Supermax, ADX, and you just heard him say, that prison is designed to break you and kill you. Like, I'm just going to keep it 100. Now, he's right about the FCIs. They have the camps. I told y'all FPC is federal prison camp. FCI is federal correctional institution. And FMC is federal medium correction. So when you get to prison, whatever your charge is, say if you are a person that is going to prison for a murder charge, they will put you in Supermax. Sometimes they'll send you, some of them do go to Florence ADX Max. Some of them go, that's the men, Lewisburg, Pennsylvania. And in Lewisburg, they have a program for the men where they can take the program to lower their level, their security level is what it's called. So they can get their level lower to an FCI or FPC. The women, all the same. It's the same exact thing. But when you go to prison, you can be a person who somebody attacked you and you murdered them by accident. Let's go that route. And you murdered them by accident. You've never been a prisoner a day in your life. Just because of the tragedy, how you murdered that person. If you cut them up, just by being emotionally messed up or mental from whatever that person did you, they can't send you to ADX, or they'll send you to the penitentiary. The penitentiary is, they made a mistake and sent me to the penitentiary, and they had me in a room with one of the what is them people? It's sometimes I blank my mind out. The MS-13. And when I walked in I knew I was not supposed to be there, because when you look outside the penitentiary in a Florence Supermax ADX, they have the high gates, and the wiring is all around the gates. The medium security in the camps don't have that. They have the gates, but they don't have that wiring. So when they got me there and I seen the wiring, I was like, where am I at? They was like, you're at Florida Penitentiary. And I was like, I have a white collar crime. What am I doing in the penitentiary? So they was like, well, maybe your paperwork is messed up, but you have to go in here. I was in there with her for 38 days. When I walked in the cell and I seen all these, they had those crosses and stuff up, I was like, what in the shedickens is going on? These people is trying to kill me. So I like top bunks, and I like top bunks because I feel, like when you watch the movie, I had watched the movies, or, when people want to run down, if for whatever reason your room get ran down on, and the inmates trying to fight you or beat you, rape you, whatever, the bottom bunk is the most convenient. The top, they gonna have to jump up there, try to get you down or whatever. So for me, I like top bunks. And when I was in the county, one of the guys from DC, he asked me, he was like, what bunk you on? I was like, I'm on the top bunk. He was like, what's up? Yes. So that's a little here nor there. A lot of the older women, they take the bottom bunks. A lot of the older men, they take the bottom bunks because they can't, put at the back of the bed, it's a step stool, 2 steps, 1, 2, and you're up on the top of the bed. So Back to the mental health. Do you get services? It depends if they want to give you the services. Some of the men, like I said, have cut their penis off, went crazy, bit their tongue. I've heard so much tragedy, and it goes on with the women too. I was in Upper Marlboro in Maryland, PG County, Maryland one time, and they had a mental health patient, but she was locked inside of one of the steel cells, but she still was on our unit because she put feces all on the wall, all on the door and everything. And I'm looking like they really got us in here watching this. So do they assist? Yeah and no. You know, but you do not get good medicine in prison for mental health. You get generic medicine, which is real bad because generic medicine, I don't think it helps. I think it's a pass by. So if you have a mental person who's supposed to take her medication, her Zoloft or whatever it is to calm her down, she's not getting Zoloft, she's getting some generic. So would the generic medicine really calm her down? Yeah, maybe when she's supposed to take 3 pills a day, she might have to take 6 or 8. They might. But that's a lot of medication for nothing. When they make all that money off prisoners, just give them the real medication. Will prison make you crazy? Yes, you have to. You just heard him say, you have to be strong. You have to be strong. I heard him say the FCIs and stuff wasn't that bad. Okay, yeah, but for somebody who's never ever been to prison or who's never been in a tight security closing like prison is one gate. Like you in a school and they got the gate and you can't get out. That whole yard, that's it. Every day you are in there under those conditions. That's it. It's not like you get up and say, well, Wednesday and Friday, they're going to take us out to the street and they're going to bring us back. No. Wednesday, Friday, Monday through Sunday, 365 days a year, you're right there. Every day. I tell people, you know, on the street, if you have an enemy, you can duck all your enemies on the street. In prison, you can't duck your enemy. You're going to see them. And if you got an enemy who thinks she or he runs the compound, yeah, that's a lot. That is a lot. Do you have bullies in prison? Most definitely. Some people don't get picked with. Some people get picked with. But the majority of all, something is going to go down. You're going to get into an argument with somebody. You're going to get into a fight with somebody. You might get stabbed. You might get jumped. You might get beat up. That's not all to say that will happen, but you have to prepare yourself for those things. I've seen a girl when I was in Jessup. I had to do state time, and they sent me to Jessup. Put a TV. I didn't want no TV. They kept saying, Gilmore, your bunkie said you don't have no TV. I didn't want to watch her TV. I'm laying on the top bunk, so her TV at the bottom. I can hear it, but I wasn't tripping on watching it. And I told them, I don't want no TV. I got 3.5 years doing here, and then I'm gonna finish doing my FaceTime. So I'm not worried about no TV. I'm okay. The ladies down the hall from me got into a fight, and her bunkie hit on her head with a TV. Just imagine you come in a prison and you got all you well put together, but you leave with marks, wound marks, you know what I'm saying, war marks that you can never forget about in your life. Who want to go through that? But I understand when you commit a crime, again, you have to do the time. But it's a lot. It's nothing funny. So when people be out here bragging, yeah, I did 50 years, I did 40 years, this, that, and the other, good for you. You made it through the skin of your teeth. You made it. Some didn't. I've been over DC jail when women have ODs. Why? Because they didn't come and get them to take them to the infirmary. The infirmary is like the clinic, the hospital, the nurse's station to assist them. And they went into withdrawal and died. Then there's a thing in prison They don't tell your family right off when you died. Maybe a week later, maybe a month later. Unless your family is consistent with you. You calling your family consistently, they coming to see you. Those are the only ones. The ones that really don't get no visits or no phone calls or anything. Excuse me, y'all. Or anything, and they pass away, it takes a long time for them to tell somebody that they are deceased. Many years ago, they didn't send your body home. Now they send your body home. They send, when you pass away in prison, they send your body home, which is a good thing, but which is a bad thing, because if your family member hadn't seen you in so many years and you become deceased in prison, what is looking at your deceased body going to do for them? So people don't think about things like that. They just do whatever they have to do and they just go about their way. You have to, excuse me, y'all, again, you have to think in that circumference about a lot, because it's a lot. It really is. It's a lot. And those that who are survived, like myself, it was hell before I got to survive. You know, and sometimes you have it where they have something called, it's not something, it's called Federal Transit. I'm sorry, I was up all night. Federal Transit is in Oklahoma City. Is what now in there it's clean. Federal Transit, I think, is the only prison in the feds that I went to was clean. They had the computers in there. You can email, call links, you can email. That's the place where they do holding, transportation holding. They will hold you there until the prison is ready for you to come, or the prison, if you have an enemy in the prison, they either putting the enemy out or you're getting, you know, stationed or transferred to another place. But it is cleaning it. Only difference with me is once when I went there one time, and I had got to be a regular, because as I stated, they was transferring me, and I thought you know what I'm saying, because I wasn't getting no trouble, but they really was making money off me, and I felt like a prostitute with no money in my hands. Seriously, I wasn't being sexually violated or anything, but I was being sold and bought by each prison. So I got there one time, and there were, you know, you have to strip. You have to, when you go to prison, when you go in prison, they tell you strip down ass naked, squat and cough, squat and cough. And if they feel as though that you may have something up in your cootie cat or your butt or whatever, you won't be squatting and coughing for a minute. Like, who wants? It's so degrading. It's very degrading that a woman is looking up in you and stuff like that. So when I went to Federal Transit one time, they got us there like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. All the women guards were gone home, so all the men guards was there. He came and said, strip out. I was like, strip out where? He was like, Gilmore, strip out, and I'm gonna give you, excuse me, y'all, I'm going to hand you your uniform. I told him, I'm not stripping out in front of you. He gonna say, Gilmore, I'm gonna turn around. Back in the day, they used to let you go view your family member's body if you lost a loved one while locked up. Do they still do that? No, they send them straight home, Shelly. I know where I was in the feds. When I was in Tallahassee, they sent them straight home. And I know a young lady from Capers, her nephew, Petey Boy, they sent him straight home. So I don't know if they got to view the body. The way they're going to view the body after they get them, you know what I'm saying, to D.C., to the morgue, yeah. But are you saying the state that they're in, that they passed in that prison, let them view the body? No, they send the body to wherever church or wherever hospital that you want the body to go to, and then you go to them and view the body. They don't let you view the body while the body is still in federal custody. after it's transferred out of federal custody, yeah, you can do it. So I told him no. So I said, I'm not. He said, Gilmore, I'm going to turn around and go. And I said, no. So he was like, Gilmore, if you don't do it, you're going to be in the hole until the woman come on, the women's staff come on. I was like, well, okay. He was mad. And I'm like, dude, this Negro think I'm going to take my clothes. I said, I am Muslim for one. I'm not taking my clothes. And some of the girls, they were comfortable with it, especially the ones that had life plus life, 30 years, 40 years. They was comfortable because he is a man actually looking at them. He's turned on by that. Me, whether I had life plus life, I'm not taking my clothes off in front of this man. So he was like, Gilmore, you being difficult. And I told him I wouldn't give a shadickens. I was cursing. He was like, stop cursing here. I was like, because you have lost your mind thinking I'm going to take my clothes off in front of you. Are you crazy? The bullpen is freezing cold. In prison, they never turn the air off. Never turn the air and the lights off. Never. Any prison you go to, the air stays on, the lights stay on. So the bullpen was freezing. He was like, you know, you're going to be the only person in the bullpen to the next shift of inmates come in and the next staff. And I didn't care. I went in there and put my arms inside of my shirt and sat up on the bench and went to sleep. Frozen. So I had slept. The prison lady guard came in there. She was like, Gilmore, you've been in here all morning. Because I got there when he took me out the cell, it was like 4 something in the morning. Yeah, I've been in there. She ain't come in at 8. She was like, it's 8:15. I was like, okay. And that was bringing the next shipment of inmates and females and jail females, prisoners. But I wasn't going with them because I had already been and he had already processed me, but it was just me taking my clothes off and changing my clothes. She was like, Gilmore, you the most stubbornest little lady. She was like, what happened? So I told her, hi, Lady T. So I told her, and she was laughing, but she also told me, she said, I know how you feel. No, I'm not, because that's an invitation to the male prisoner also, believe it or not. So Oklahoma Federal Transit, you stay there. They can see on the computer what prison they're sending you to. So that's the only way you will know what prison you will be transferred to, because they can see it there. So you stay there. If the prison has no room for you, you stay there until you could stay there 8 months, 6 months. You could be there 1 day. You could be there 3 days. You could be there 2-4 weeks. Until the prison that they're sending you to get you a bed ready and get everything ready, you stay at Federal Transit. Now, the one at Oklahoma is the one for non-rats. The one in Philly is the one for rats. So when you get on the airplane, you are tagged. So we already know who snitching and who not, because the feds is terrible. They tag you. If you got on a red band, it is what it is. You ain't going to Federal Transit Oklahoma, but you going to Philly. That go for the men too. So it's no picnic, no good food. Some prisons have different commissary. The girls that work in the commissary, they inmates with us. So yeah, they would tell us when the shipment is coming and stuff like that. You get basically all type of food. You don't get like the chicken in the bag, like the party wings in a bag like that. But you get the chicken, they be in a bag. You know what I'm saying? They be in a little bag, like a pouch type bag. But a lot of every prison, the cafeteria workers, they steal food. It is what it is, especially the chicken. And I said before, no prison I went to ate the chicken, especially in Danbury, Connecticut, because their damn chicken looked like people. They was cutting them up. Them chickens, the legs, it looked like one thigh, one person's thigh. That's how big that shit was. And I was like, it's something wrong with that chicken. I'm not eating it. So I would sell my chicken, and some of the girls that I knew that didn't have, especially the Muslim girls, I knew didn't have money on their commissary, I would give it to them. I never ever ate chicken in prison. I didn't. So I ate a lot of tuna, and a lot of times, some of the prisons I went to, if the girls, you know, if I was cool with them, or if I wanted to, you know, like involve myself with them, and they would have little parties and they would cook. Them some cooking ladies in prison, they make up a lot of stuff. They make their own little entrees up, for real. So, you know, I learned a lot from a lot of them in there. Like I said, it was a lot of females that I came across from different states, not DC, not Maryland, Virginia, New York, New Jersey, different states. They were really cool. They were really cool, and they were smart, and they were very talented. You know, I said I was going to bring, I guess I'll bring it next Saturday, and I'll show y'all the booties that I brought back. But they made a lot of stuff in prison, especially in Danbury and Alderson. So, you know, and sometimes you get the feeling like you start looking at them like, did they really commit these crimes? Did they really do what these people say? It was a girl and they locked up with me. She was from, I think she was from Tennessee. I can't even find her. She has a petition out, but I don't know if I told y'all she had her boyfriend. No, her brother. Her boyfriend had beat her up and was cheating on her. Her brother built a bomb. I didn't even ask her what they built it with, but they built the bomb, and they had the bomb in the back of the brother's truck, and they was going to the boyfriend house to throw the bomb. On their way to the boyfriend house, they got stopped by a state trooper. The question I asked her, she told me the story. Y'all, neither one of y'all didn't think to just tell the state trooper that it was in the trunk where, you know, the situation when it took place, you still was going to get locked up everywhere, but you wouldn't have 3 to 5 licenses. Some brandy lady tea that they made me last night. They gave me a big old container of it. Last night I was on IG. Shelly seen me. I was on IG, gone, and still gone today. So she said they got stopped by the state trooper. The state trooper asked her brother for his driver's license, so he gave it to him. It's Alderson in Virginia. Yes, Lady T, Alderson. I'm going to talk about that in a minute since you brought it up. So she said the brother got out the car, and the state trooper proceeded to say, let me search our car. So he was like, no, you don't need to search our car. My sister's sick. I'm trying to get her to the hospital. She said the state trooper came and told her to get out. He was searching their car. He searched the car in the front and told them to open the trunk. And they was like, we don't want to open the trunk. We don't got no key for the trunk. But he went and got the keys out of the ignition. And when he opened the trunk, they both backed up. She said, me and my brother backed up, and the bomb blew up on the state trooper and killed him. So they was in prison with 3, I think they had 3 life sentences for killing a state trooper. So but before she had told me, I had been in prison, been around her for maybe 18 months, 15 to 18 months. So when she told me the story, I'm looking at her like, what? Like, y'all didn't think to say it's a bomb in there. Y'all already going to jail. You know you're going to jail, but to kill the man too? So some people just don't think, I get it. They don't think in an adequate quick time. Because me, I know I'm going to prison because as soon as he open it, it's going to blow him up. So why am I going to blow this man up? That's going to be too much. I'm going to go to prison for the bomb. I could get 15 to 20 years for that. But to kill a man? So her brother, they was corresponding, and they got a petition out. Both of them, I remember her showing the paperwork to me, but I didn't take it from her. So I can't even find her page. But they have a petition out, to get them a lesser sentence. Will they do that? I don't know. Maybe they will. I don't know, but that's a lot because they got charged for the bomb and they got charged for the murder. So she had 15 charges. And they all, like DC murder Virginia, they give you them type of charges. When you go to court, they drop it all down. You end up having 1 charge or 3 charges. No, they gave them all 15 charges. So Lady T Alderson is a prison camp where, what's her name, sir? What's the lady name that do the cooking and all that? The white lady, she was there. They said she was down there cooking in the kitchen. So Alderson is a camp, but it's not like you're in prison. It's really not. The doors are open. You are in a dorm, like the college kids with bunk beds. Now there are strict rules, but I didn't like Alderson because of the hill. Alderson has big hills, so when we would go down the bottom of the hill to get our commissary, carrying them commissary bags and stuff back up the hill, no. And then in Alderson, they have a lot of women who are in wheelchairs and walkers. Seriously, it's like an old folks home to me. It really is. It's like an old folks jail home to me. That's all they got down there. Everywhere you turn, you see a wheelchair and a walker. But to any event, could I have done all my time there? Yeah, but I didn't want to, because I was hearing that when you move around to different prisons, which was untrue, you could get credit and take classes that will get you home earlier. That doesn't apply for us, but it does apply for the men. See, prison is really a man's world. So when you put us in it, it's like, y'all shouldn't be here. You should be women at home cooking with feet up and pregnant or whatever the case may be. So for us to be in prison, they treat us different. They treat us very disrespectful. I stated before that I got on a plane, 150 men and 4 women, and I was one of the 4 women. It was raining, sleeting, and snowing. The police, they got on Timberland boots, ski masks, the Gore-Tex coats. They warm. We out there freezing. My damn weave was shriveling up. When I got on the plane, my hair was stuffed with ice. My body was stuffed. So when I got off the bus, the van, walking to the plane, the big white cracker was like, where in the hell is you going to get your ass back in line? I'm looking at him like, who are he talking to? Because men don't talk to women like that. Who are he talking to? So it was a dude in the dude line who knew me and I hadn't seen, his name Silk. I hadn't seen Silk in many years. And he had got all big and fat. And I was like, who is you? And he told me who he was, Jamal Cannon. So he was like, ain't nobody tell you stealing people money. Get in line, princess. I was like, oh, wow. So the girls, they was like, Gilmore, we don't get on the plane first. They get on. What you mean? They men. We women. But they treat us like SHIT. Really. Seriously. We don't have no respect in prison as women. We don't have no respect because prison is a man's world. So y'all, it's a lot. It really is. It really is. And I think a lot of brothers, because I know 4 of them that came home, they don't want, and I can't blame them. They don't want nothing to do with social media. They don't really want nobody to know they home. And I can understand that. They just on chill. One of them, he lost. When I say lost, just imagine, he went to prison in 1985. We still had pages. So for him to get a cell phone, he was like, what am I supposed to do with this? And not being funny, I had to get my son to show me how to use the phones. Because when I went, I think we had those big old, big beep pages and stuff. I forgot Nortel, Norclick, something like that. He called me one night and was like, Astoria, I had to get my girl to call because I don't even know how to use the phone. And I was cracking up. She said, he keep pushing you slide the phone. She said, he keeps sliding the phone up, but he don't know you supposed to slide the phone up and push the button for the phone part to dial. She had me dying laughing. He was like, I don't like this because I can't. Then he said, He went and, you know, a lot of people went to prison when the buses, we had transfers. And the food stamps was those paper, you know, like the paper book, the food stamps. He said this girl told him, take the card and go in the Safeway and tell people you got food stamps on your card, or they're going to show you how to do it with them. He said he went in the store, was like, a card with food stamps. He was like, I thought we still get the paper for the food stamps. So, you know, it's a lot of men that just be lost. They really be lost. And it's not really sad, but it's a way of knowing that these people are trying to adjust themselves back into society, and they come out here and society is so messed up and screwed up. You just hope that they can survive and not fail, because out here is designed sometimes, I think, for failure to prisoners too, because you come home, they think, you know what I'm saying, a lot of them, they don't want to work at DCDPW. They don't want to work at a library. They don't want to work, you know what I'm saying? But them is the first jobs that they throw them in. And a lot of men don't want to do that. So, y'all, it's prison is another world. It's another circumference. It's a whole nother world. Inside and out. It's a whole nother world. And you do not own yourself. They own you. Until the time you leave their custody, they own you. And, you know, they tell you when the SHIT, sleep and get up. It is so true. It is true. Even tell you what bed you assigned to. Come on now, you know, ain't nobody assigning no beds. Even tell you what bed you assigned to. So it's real. It's really real. It's real. I wouldn't wish that on a dead dog. I'm serious. I'm serious. And like I said, I've seen a lot of the girls come through there, the young girls, and they get tormented because they be so vulnerable. Some of them be scared, you know, and you're being scared will hurt you more than help you. And being scared could also be your defense mechanism to get somebody off of you. But the majority is a mechanism for people to abuse you and torture you and use you. The mind is a terrible thing to waste. And once you allow somebody in your head and they know that you're vulnerable to this and you're vulnerable to that, and they can get you to do anything, it's over. It's over. I've seen a lot of young girls be on the phone crying to their parents. Can you please send me the money? Please send me the money. I'm like, what? Your mother is out here taking care of your kids, and you ask her to send some money so you can feed this thing over here. Girl, please, I wish. She better go start singing R. Kelly song, I wish. But they do it all day long, every day, 365 days a year. Just like you be saying on there, they be saying the men be having their boyfriends after they done raped them or whatever, make them move in the room with them. The girls do the same thing. The girls do the same thing. But the tally with the girls is, you will see them breasts smushed in, don't look like they got no breasts. Then went to the beauty salon, got somebody in there to cut all their hair off, color purple food stamps. Yeah, lady, see? Then went to the girls' beauty salon, got the people that cut all their hair off. They got lines and they look like a dude. Pants hanging down. They look like men now. Baby, when it's 2 months in time or maybe 6 months in time, they know they get ready to go home. Honey, they done let their hair grow back, pulled the breasts out, then got skinny, and get to the gate and somebody send them a package, or they got somebody outside. If you're locked up in your town, they tell your family come pick you up from the prison. They got somebody pick them up from prison. You look outside, she's a whole woman. She just transformed in 4.2 seconds. When I seen, because one of them, I was locked up with her, and we knew she was going home. I seen the transformation in prison. But baby, we was looking out the window. She was hollering. We couldn't hear because where she was far from the gate, but we could actually see her. She couldn't directly see us, but because she had been in there so long, she knew the windows and where everybody was at. She walking around the window calling people name. This lady had on some damn drop socks, some Reeboks, a mini skirt, and a tank top, and had it tied up in the back. I said she was just a whole man. They was like, Gilmore is stupid. I was like, she got on a whole woman's outfit, bra and everything, earrings and all. Look a total different person. So whoever the man was she was going home to, he never knew she was a man in prison. Never, and it's scary. He never knew that her whole prison time she was in there eating coochie. I'm just keeping it real with y'all. Then when I was in Alderson, a girl, she came and she had 2 sons. Her sons, they was like 11, and I think the other one was like 13 or 14. She was married. Her husband was taking care of her sons. She done came to prison. She became I'm gonna call him a butch. She became a butch in prison. So when I got to Alderson, I didn't know. I thought she came to prison like that. And she was messing with this young girl. And the young girl was pregnant at the time. So they was releasing her to this other prison where you supposed to go there, have your baby, and you can stay there with your baby, which was real good. She messed that all up. So when her husband came to bring her sons to see her, he didn't recognize her at first. She had cut all her hair off. She looked like a dude. So she come walking to the visit. My mother, my sister, my son, always was sitting on one corner, and they was like diagonal across from us. The son recognized her baby son. He was like, I think that's mommy right there. And it was her. Now she came through that door. Her husband was like, what is up with your hair and how you look? He felt it off the break. What is going on? So and the girl that she was going with was on a visit with her mother and her brother. And they was like behind them. So he caught on because they kept eyeing each other. He was like, what's going on? You and her doing something, y'all eyeing each other and sending signals. You sending signals to a woman that you want to see in 5.2 seconds, and your husband and his kids sitting here. He should have beat her. He should have beat her. So she sat there. He was like, you look like a dude. You look like a man. What you in here eating coochie? He didn't say coochie. Y'all know what he said. You doing what is going on? So she was like, stop what you doing. Like, I just want to visit with my son. So she's talking to her sons. The brother of the girlfriend said, ain't that the girl right there you go with? Now, the girl, she done told her family that she got a girlfriend in prison or whatever, the girlfriend, pregnant and all. So the brother bust the other one out. The girlfriend brother bust the dom out. So it was like, ain't that your girlfriend right there? Why y'all not talk? Because he didn't know that the inmates couldn't correspond on visits. He was like, why y'all not talking? You done send us home these pictures, and pulled out one of the pictures. Baby, the husband heard him and say, is she talking about you? So the husband said to him, who are you talking about? He said, I'm talking about the girl he said, that's my wife. He said, your wife? I told my mother and them, I said, get ready to pack y'all stuff up because it's about to go down. I knew it's about to go down. He said to her, you in here eating ASS and sleeping with women, and you just trifling and nasty. I hate you. This is embarrassing. So she was trying to calm him down, and her baby son started crying. And he was like, get your hands off my son. Don't put your hands on my son. And I don't know what she did to her husband, but the next thing I know, he started winding up on her tail. He was, Lady T laughing. He wound up on, when I say he hit this lady, he beat her. He beat her in that visitor hall, and they got him and locked him up. They put the handcuffs on him. So she was like, what? She was holding on though. She was like, what about my sons? And the oldest son was like, you not my mother. You were here messing with women. Like that was so, I just thought it was so belittled and beneath her. Like, why would you let your kids see you? Like, you should have had a wig in the back or kept some hair or something. You should have not came on a visit looking like a nigga. So they took him, Shelly laughing. They took him to the front part of the prison and they asked him, and he was like, yeah, but see, the police know what's going on. The police know what's going on. So he was like, how y'all think I feel? I come in here to bring my MF sons to see their mother, and she up in here sleeping with women, and I'm on a visit with her, and the girlfriend on a visit to talk. It was a whole shenanigans. They locked us down for a whole 24 hours. I was like, I'm not in here messing with nobody. I don't know why I got to comfort myself to this. I want to talk on the phone. I got to call my son. We was locked down. That was on a Sunday. The whole Sunday was locked down and the whole Monday. I was like, this is crazy. So her and the girl ended up messing with each other, and she moved in with her on the compound. So the husband divorced her, took his sons and moved to another state. And when she had like, I think at that point she had like 11 years left. So, you know, I don't know if he eventually, but they should be in their 20s now. So, you know, 20s or 30s now, or whatever. So I'm sure she got to see her kids or whatever. But at that point, it was a negative no. And the girlfriend sitting there telling her, don't worry about it. How you got somebody and you got a whole baby in your stomach? Then she go to the program, the pregnant one. They said no visitors, no smoking. It was just like a prison, but she could have her baby there. Who wouldn't want to do something like that? She could have her baby there, keep her baby, raise her baby, and keep her baby there with her until she get out of prison. This hooker done went and let some boy inside so she can get some meat, and the people done caught her on the camera. They took the baby, sent the baby, they took her baby, sent the baby to the mother, and sent her back down Alderson. I said, ain't this about to be a bunch of bullshit? This is crazy. She and they crying somebody, they took my very trifling, Lady T. They took my babies. And I'm like, y'all sitting here entertaining her. She knew what was going to happen. You put some meat before your baby, now you back here, dummy, and your baby gone. So it's a lot. It's a lot. And you right, trifling is an understatement. Women in prison, you got a lot of them, because I said this before. When I went to prison, they didn't think I was from DC. My number was 955-87037. So that was Maryland. So they was like, she not from DC. Get one on hand and have a persona like a DC person. She not from DC. And I'm saying to myself, why are y'all saying that? Honey, we was in what they call a little break room. So we in the break room. This what they, when they don't have all your stuff at commissary. This happened in Alderson. No, this happened in Danbury. When they don't have all your stuff at commissary, they send you to the break room, and they either decide they're going to give your money back or you want to trade it off and buy something else. So we're in the break room. And I'm sitting there with them. I was like, why y'all feel as though I'm not? They was like, Gilmore, your skin is too pretty. You got all your teeth and my hair. You got hair on your head. You got all. I said, all my teeth. What the hell? They was like, girl, women that come from DC, they be tore up, no teeth in their mouth, bald headed, black, ugly skin, look all dirty and dried up like it's about to peel off. I was like, are you for that? Shit is embarrassing. Now that's embarrassing. I was like, oh my God. They was like, you not from no DC. I don't know where you. I was from, sorry to tell y'all, but I'm from DC. But just to imagine that's how they look at our sisters. You know what I'm saying? They dope fiends, junkies, and they were telling the truth. They were literally telling the truth. And a lot of them, they go to prison. Right, Lady T, very trifling. A lot of them, they go to prison and they clean themselves up. They tried to clean themselves up. But heroin, dope is the worst. That's the worst drug anybody could use on themselves. Like seriously. So while they in their dope sick is what I'm gonna call it. She in a dope sick. She taking other people, and I'm just like, y'all putting people in these cells with these people. But then they come out and that's the way they look. They be looking terrible. Skinny, drawed up, skin scaly, all dirty and dusty. Head, she was right. Hair falling all out, no teeth in their mouth. And a lot of DC women that's on them drugs, crack and stuff like that, it is the truth. It is the truth. You can't hide from the truth. It is the truth. And I'm just like, you taking them, putting them in cells with people, like, this is crazy. So now in Carswell, for the mental health, they got 2 units for the girls. 1 unit is really not for the mental health, but they got another unit for the mental health is real. Them ladies be in there screaming to the top of their voice, cutting up stuff, tearing up stuff. One broad tried to hang herself, but she did the sheet wrong. It ain't funny, but it's true. She put the sheet over the pole, and when she went to put it around her neck to pull the other part of the pole came down and busted her in her head. So they was like, you not even getting no stitches because you tried to kill yourself. Left her in there with a bloody head for 3 days. What you say, Shally? Wow, that's how they look at us. Yes. Yes. Yes, they did not believe I was from DC. Not by a long shot. They did not. Not at all. But she in the room, head bleeding to my, I need a Band-Aid. I'm like, this lady really tried to kill herself. And they told her, you won't be in there. Took all her clothes and everything from her. She's in there with nothing. I was like, it's no damn way. It's no way. The shoe is called the hoe. So when you seen pictures, and my son's father has some of his pictures that's traveling around the internet, not by his authorization, and not by me either. I'm not putting it out there like that. You will see him in a cell, and you will see the steel shower. When I got to Hazleton FCI, and a young lady I was in the RDAC drug program. Some of them in there, the drug program, you can go to the drug program, but you won't get the time off. You get 1.5 years off. So do they mess with you in that program? Yeah, because they really want the ones that don't get the year off. They want the year off. They can't get the year off, so they can go there and take the training. So when I came from Danbury, I went to Hazleton. So my DTS drug treatment specialist, because I told them I drink occasionally, so they put me in a program because I need to get that 18 months off. He was like, Gilmore, watch yourself when you go down Hazleton, because it's a lot of them in here. They really didn't want. They didn't want me to make it through the program. It was me and 3 up, and that's how they are. Dope fiend junkies and crackheads. They in there. We didn't associate ourselves with them. So I was like, okay. We get down Hazleton. She take and put a note in my cell for me and another girl. Y'all bitches will not go home. She told us we wouldn't go home. Y'all bitches is not going home. I'm going to take your program. This idiot, I got a white girl bunkie. So at that time, my bunkie had found the note. She take the note straight to the police. I said, oh, shit. They come telling me and the other girl, Vivian, Gilmore, Vivian pack. Vivian last name was Smith. Smith and Gilmore pack it up. We looking through the door, looking at each other like, where we going? They get us to the shoot. Lieutenant coming in, he said, I don't know what's going on in that unit. Not just y'all two, it's other women in the unit that have passed that program. and the other ones are threatening them. I'm looking like, what? He said, so y'all going in the shoe and you gonna get transferred. So I said, why we gotta go in the shoe and get transferred? Why you can't just transfer her? He said, Gilmore, stop what you're doing, because I can't transfer her because don't know prison want her. I said, what the hell? I said, so he's talking about y'all just gonna spin around, y'all, because she getting transferred, but she's not going to the prison she thinks she's going to. They end up sending her to a penitentiary, and I know she cracked her head on that. He was like, y'all just gonna spin around. I said, spin around? He said, yeah. Pack all y'all stuff, or y'all got y'all stuff, right? I was like, yeah, we got our stuff. I got my stuff. So the other girl, Vivian, she was like, I got my stuff, but she wanted her boots. She had left her boots. He was like, well, I'm gonna go down there and get your boots because y'all can't even go down there to the unit. I'm like, what the hell? So come to find out, the police lady, she was like, Gilmore, it wasn't even supposed to be for you, but because Vivian, she threw hot water on one of the officers one time. They was in the little room. We had like a little TV room, and the officer kept telling her to move, and she said, I keep telling this lady, that's not the way you talk to me. You are law enforcement. You don't have to talk to me like move, this, that, and the other. And I don't know what the lady said to her after that, but she turned around and threw hot water on her. I said, bitch, you're going down for murder. So they had took her to the shoe. Now the shoe again. So when we get to the shoe, I can live in the shoe because I'm a self-preserved person. So it didn't bother me that I was in a 2x4 cell with the shower next to my bed. It didn't bother me because it was peaceful and quiet. I ain't had to worry about nobody fighting, nobody stealing, nothing. So Vivian get down there. She said, we're going to be in a shoe for this. I was like, just stop what you're doing, lady, because you're going to get both of us in trouble. So the man, he come back there. He like, y'all strip out, you know what I'm saying? So I take and pull the shower curtain. It was a shower thing there, shower curtain. He was like, why you doing that? I was like, because you want me to strip out. And I'm not stripping out. He was like, no, I'm going to send the lady officer back here. So she come back there. She like, Gilmore, you'll be back in y'all be back in about 4 days. I'm saying to myself, I don't even want to come back in. Wherever you transfer me to, let me go. So they take us out. We get on the van, then we get on the duct tape plane. We stayed in federal transit for 2 days, came back. They did take us back to Danbury. So I'm like, why would they bring us back here? So she was like, because I told them to, because I told y'all wasn't going nowhere. But in all, and the police be so nasty because a lot of them, they don't want to come to work. If you don't want to work and come to work, then don't. That's not on me. Do they curse at you? Yes. Do they call you bitches? Yes. Bitch, get on up to your cell and stuff. The officers? Yes. And a lot of the girls, they like to be in their face and play with them, not me. I don't fool with the police. I don't care what type of police they are. I don't fool with them. So I wouldn't want y'all to, I'm serious, I wouldn't want y'all to entertain that shit. Like for real. Seriously. I would not want y'all to entertain it. It's county jail. Yeah, you can get through county jail. You can rush county jail off your back. You can get through any prison you really want to, but it depends on you, the person. But when you walking into certain things that you don't know nothing about and you get yourself caught up in that should be a lot. It's a tremendous lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. And then, you know, when it's time for you to go home, you can catch the Greyhound or you can have your family to come pick you up. I was in Aliceville, Alabama, hot as shit out there. I ain't want my family. I didn't want them to, if I was at DC jail, I wouldn't want them to come pick me up. So, you know, they gave me my paperwork, they give you an ID and a little bit of money. I don't know if that money came from you know, the people coming in there, because they had other people coming in there was donating, people doing donations and stuff like that. So I don't know if that money came from them that they gave us to go home, but if you had money on your commissary, you get that. So it's a ride, y'all. It's a ride, and it really depends on how strong you really are, and like what prisons they really send you to, because they'll tell them in a minute, no. Like when you get sentenced, they'll tell your parents or whoever, we don't know what jail she's going to. That's a lie. That's a bold-faced lie. That's a lie. They know, because it's all computerized. They know. And I think the judges be picking some of them prisons too for criminals. Like, I'm going to get them myself. I really do. I do. I believe the judges be like, yeah, I'm going to get them. I'm going to get them. I'm going to get them, and I'm going to send them where I want them to go, because it's everything is computerized. Everything goes through the computer. So why wouldn't they know where you're going? And I didn't know, like, when they tell you that, because it's consecutive and concurrent. If your charges are, if you got 5 charges and they're consecutive, that means if you got 5 years on this one, you got 2 years on this one, you got 3 years on this one. It's not together. You go and do the 5 year on that one, you do the 2 year on that one. But the Fed, not state, but the feds, when you get to the feds and you have consecutive sentences like that, which is good, they put them all together and you just do one sentence. They put them all together. So by the time you do your 5 years, you should know you working on your 5 years. You will be working on your next 2 years or your next 3 years, 8 years, or whatever the case may be. So they don't split it up. But concurrent, when it's concurrent, they put it all together. So you just go. You don't break it up. You just go. If you got, say you got 6 years on one charge, and you got 10 years on the other one, that's 16 years. They put it all together. But if it's consecutive, you're going to do the 10 years, and then you come back and do the second. But the feds put it all together, so you do 16 years. They do have good time. I never got my good time took, but I got in 2 fights. But neither one of us didn't snitch. And when they came to get us, we wasn't fighting. No, I had a cut on my hand. And I didn't have a Band-Aid on, but I had put Vaseline on my hand. And she had her lip split. And I told you about the fight about the girl who tried to call herself trying to get some coochie for me in the shower. So I didn't get a shot for that either. But the other fight with me and the girl, I was trying to tell y'all, people be trying to try your nerves. We was actually fighting over the phone, because the phones, if you on the phone and they call count time, they don't tell you to get off the phone. They just count time. You supposed to hang up. With me, I be trying to wait to see everybody go to the police. What? Yeah, Shawty. And the police, they got used to me doing it. You know what I'm saying? So he would say count time 3 times to give me enough time to get, girl, she gonna say. So after I got off the phone, I never heard her say to me, Gilmore, I want to use that, because some of the phones is messed up. You can't hear on them and stuff like that. I get that. But I never heard her say to me, Gilmore, I want to use that phone. So when I hung up from my son the first time, I waited for 10 minutes and called him back. Girl, she up. Because I'm trying to tell y'all, and people would tell y'all, like I am on the street and I get on live and stuff. I wasn't like this in prison. I wasn't. And I can admit that. I was very quiet. I didn't associate, because I didn't know what type of bras I was, encountering myself with. I didn't associate with people. They thought I was crazy. They thought I was stuck up. They could not figure me out. but there were certain ones that wanted to try their hand. So count over with. I'm walking to the phone because I told my son, I said, it's count time. I'm gonna call you right back. I'm walking to the phone. This helper, she walking behind me and she brushed me. I wasn't tripping though, because I'm thinking she did it by accident. We get to the phone, both of us put our hand on the phone. So I'm looking at her. She was like, you heard me, motherfucker, say that I wanted to use the phone. I was like, bitch, because I'm telling my son, I'm asking him, did he get the receipt back from the money I sent back? So I'm all in my hand. I'm mad. She was like, we both got our hand on the phone. She like, bitch. I said, no, she said, well, you heard me say the fuck I was trying to use the motherfucking phone. You gonna run your motherfucking. I said, bitch, babe, I just bowled her ass. I was like, bitch, the day is your day, because I'm sick of y'all motherfuckers here. Girl, when I bowled her, she grabbed me by my uniform, and I just went off. I just went off. We fighting like shit on the top of the tail. But the thing was, the police wasn't in the unit. That's how we got away with it. And the camera, because after it was over with, she scratched when I don't know how she scratched me. I can't even lie. But I know when I started, I bust her lip. So after it was over, I went to my cell and I was so mad at myself. I was like, why didn't I just go ahead and let this hoe use this phone? I know they got these cameras in this unit. We not getting away with this. So the girls in the unit, they laughing. They like, that damn Gilmore is crazy. They always thinking stuff's funny. It wasn't funny to me. So I'm in it. So my bunkie coming in, she was like, Gilmore. I was like, man. So I told her, I said, let me start packing my stuff up. I'm going to pack my stuff up. I'm going to tie it up. I said, because I know they coming to take us to the shoot. So she was like, I don't know, because the police was outside when y'all was fighting. They came and broke it up, though. The girls in the unit came. Yeah, Shelly. They came and broke it up. She was pulling my hair, though. You know, I ain't going to lie to you. She was pulling my hair, but we was getting it in. So she was like, my bunkie was like, Gilmore. She was like, she down there crying. She was crying because, see, when stuff like that happen, they put us in a shoe and they decide where they're going to send us. One of us can go to the penitentiary if our levels is high. I knew I wasn't going to no penitentiary. They probably was going to give me a shot, and that's a write-up, and keep me on lock in there. But she knew she was getting transferred out. Cause you know how they just so busy doing stuff, messing with people in the unit, stealing people's stuff and stuff. She was one of them ones. So my bunkie was in there. My bunkie was like, cause as soon as the police came in there, everybody was, we could see them people looking through the windows, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn, did they see them fighting? So I'm sitting on the bed. He did count. It was another count that night because they had messed the first count up, which was good. They had messed the first count up. So they did count. So she was like, ain't nobody saying nothing. So she was like, but in my head, I'm saying to myself, girl, they got these cameras in this unit. I'm going down. So after they did the count, we stayed in there for like 15 more minutes and they popped the doors. So she was like, Gilmore, I don't think they gonna do nothing. So I'm in there. So I went to the email. I said, I'm not gonna go. She didn't go to the phone either. I said, I'm not gonna go to the phone. I'm gonna go ahead and go to the email. So the other girls in the unit, they was like, Gilmore, yeah, because a lot of people, you know, like girls, they gravitate to certain people. And I was one of the ones they gravitated to, but I'm not with all of that, because when I start going off, I start going off. So they was like, Gilmore, you all right? I was like, I'm good, y'all. I'll see y'all later. So me and my bunkie went down to the computer, and I told my bunkie to do it. I said, email my son and tell him that if I don't call him tomorrow, just don't call up here and just don't worry about it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want him to worry, because I was calling my son like every 2 times a day or every 3 times a day. Or if I would miss some days and wouldn't call him. If I called him on a Monday, I wouldn't call him back to a Saturday, something like that. So my bunkie did it. So my bunkie was like, so we looking at the police. They in their little office, they eating and drinking. So the other girls, they was like, y'all got away with it. Y'all got away. They not gonna do nothing. Y'all got away with it. I'm up all night because I'm thinking these people do a lot of shady shit. They gonna come in here, knocking on this door, telling me to go. Let's go. But the next day, the next shift came on. And the shift that came on, the police guard, she was cool. She was all right. So she started passing out mail that they didn't pass out the day before. So I'm sitting on top on my bed. So she was like, Gilmore, why you ain't get all this mail? You got mail. So she gave my mail. While she giving me the mail, I'm looking like, and my bunkie looking at me, and I'm like, she might have did get away with it. So that whole day went on. After that second day went on, I said, we got away with it. She go to commissary. Commissary was every Thursday. She go to commissary. She done got into it with somebody down commissary. They down there arguing. Her and the girl arguing because she braided the girl hair, and the girl told her that her mother didn't send her enough money on commissary to pay her this week. She would pay her next week. She down there going all this to end up going to the shoot. So we got away with it. I never saw her again. I didn't see her in transit. I wasn't she had more time than me anyway. I think she had like 45 years. She had 45 years. So I never saw her in transit. I never saw her in another prison. I never saw her. So I don't know if she got transferred to state or they sent her to the penitentiary, because sometimes when you keep getting in trouble like that, you keep causing confusion on a compound, they'll just send you to the penitentiary like we just done with her. So, in saying that, y'all, a lot of stuff I skipped, what skipped me that really could have hurt me and made my time much longer, because it's nothing to get into something in it. Like I said, it's, my mama was like, go to prison, just don't say nothing to nobody. You can't do that, because them butchers and bulldaggers and the boy girl ones, they tried their hand. I'm telling you, they try their hand. They be in there, they be hungry, they be thirsty. So my Muslim sister Tracy taught me how to make this seafood like tuna, and you can eat it with the Doritos. So instead of me always going to the kitchen, because sometimes I just didn't want to walk. Sometimes I was in my mode, like I just want to go home. Like prison draws a lot out of you. Seriously. You wake up early morning, you worry about somebody telling you when to take a shower, when to go here, when to do that. The big bullhorn blowing, like it's a lot. So there would be days I didn't want to go out the unit. They tried to, they will try to bully you, Shelly, off of nothing. Like seriously. Telling bros, go down the kitchen and steal that chicken and bring that chicken back. We're gonna cook that chicken in the unit and feed everybody. No, you're not feeding me. I feed myself. So those days I would stay in the unit and I would cook, cook myself something to eat with the only thing we had to cook on was the microwave. The microwaves are bad. And when the microwaves blew out, they made us wait 3 months to get a no microwave. So that means everybody had to go to the kitchen unless you had stuff from commissary that you can make and eat. You get everything on commissary, like seriously. But it's like Tuna is in that, like the pouch bags. The majority of the meats and stuff is in the pouch bags. But pickles, onions, and all that, they either come in a little can, like this, or they come in like, like the little pickle jars. But you get everything on commissary. You really do. You really do. A lot of prisons don't. Every prison don't have the same commissaries. But all the same, baby, they was down there making cakes, donuts, all types of shit in the unit. Because Alderson Commissary was the bomb. They had makeup in a lot of prisons. A lot of the girls, when they transferred, they had to throw their makeup away because a lot of prisons don't let you have the makeup because they don't have it in the commissary. That go for, like, if you at Alderson and you buy over a certain amount of shoes because you've been there so long, say you got 5 or 6 pair of shoes. 3 of them you got to throw away, give away something because you can only travel with 2. So when I found that out, I kept 2 pairs of shoes the whole time because I'm only wearing them either after the daytime, after my program, or basically during the weekend, or not at all. So it wasn't no need for me to buy all a pair of shoes. Who I was trying to impress? Nobody. And as I said, I never bought an MP3 player. I'm not buying no MP3 player for no $300. I never bought a TV in Jessup. And those things was, to me, necessity things. If I had a life sentence, or I had 25 years, 30 years, something like that, or I just, knew I wasn't going nowhere, then I'm not spending my money on that. For what? I need the TV room. I'm scared of nobody in there. They got a TV room a TV in the TV room, a TV in the dining room. What am I buy a TV in my room for? To go to sleep in bed? I'm not at home. I never got comfortable, is what I'm saying. I never ever got comfortable. So a lot of people, they get comfortable with prison. I never got comfortable. So when it was time for me to leave, they was coming to me, Gilmore, let me get you. You gonna leave your stuff? I'm not leaving anything. I'm taking everything home with me, because this will teach me not to come back. So it's humiliating. It's degrading, and how they torture. Right, Lady T said right. How they torture people, like it's, and you have, like I said, over the jail, you got if a police guard don't like you, or for whatever reason, they let the inmates do whatever to you. Seriously. And I don't agree with the police. I was even my Miss Harvey at Adamsville. She was a police, but she was still my counselor. But she was very cool. She was cool. Because I remember one time when I had got sick, I don't know, they had some sweet corn, mashed potatoes, and I think it was the string beans. I don't think the string beans was cooked well enough like they were supposed to, but they had the seasoning on it that made it real tasty for me. And they had like that crumble pie and stuff. And the gravy on the mashed potatoes, I think that's what made me sick too. But anyway, I got sick. And she came, they was like, Gilmore in his sickness, I couldn't get out the bed. I was like, these people don't try to kill me here. So she came to the unit and was like, Gilmore, get up and come to my office. And I was like, Miss Harvey, I'm not going to be able to walk there. She was like, you going to walk your ass down there. Get up. So I'm like, this lady. But when I got to her office, she had bought me some, it was this medicine. It's the medicine is called, they sell it at CVS. Imodium. She was like, sip some of this Imodium and take you 5 rolls of toilet paper, because it should flush your insides out, because whatever you done ate gotta come out. And I'm looking at her. I said, Miss Harvey, you can get a trouble. Who? She was like, who? Hi, Phoenix. I said the Phoenix. She was like, I was like, Miss Harvey, you can get in trouble. She was like, girl, if I'm not worried about me getting in trouble, you need to go home. So I took the Imodium and I went to my unit. But my bunkie was cool. Miss Joyce Lewis. She was cool. So she was like, I was like, Miss Harvey gave me this Imodium. So if I'm going to the bathroom a lot, Miss Joyce, I'm sorry, but she was like, go ahead, Gilmore, because you got to get it out. But the police. Because when them girls used to get smart with them, yeah, they used to let them bulldaggers beat them up in there. I used to be like, this is hilarious. And would tell them you shouldn't be running your mouth, you run your mouth too much. Then they would try to write them up and it would not work. So y'all, I've been on here I got on here 3 is 5 now, an hour and a half. We get ready to go. I'm going to show y'all the arrays. And then I will see y'all next week. So let me get ready. Excuse me. I'm going to call you right back in 5 minutes. I'm on live. Okay? Okay. Okay. So let me show you. We're going to go through these arrays. And I have a special array that has my name on it. Okay. Thank y'all for coming on here, Lady T and a set of Phoenix. So I'm going to move this over. I'm sorry, y'all. Yeah, this way. Thank you. Let me move my. Okay, so this array here, I'm gonna put the light on it so you can see it. I'm gonna get the light, y'all, so you can see it. I don't want to move up too far. Let's see. I think I can push it through this one. Ooh. This one here is an inmate request staff form. So if you can see it, I'll try to push it up a little bit so y'all can hold on. Cause that Shelby honey, she be looking. She's like, wait a minute now. I can't get things together here. See what's going on here. Okay, so this is a hold on, y'all. Let me get this right. They're going to come in here and show me how to use my projector. All right, so this is an inmate request form. This one has my name on it. So basically, there we go. It's an inmate request form. If you see here, it says staffed. Then it says the person to who I'm sending to was the chaplain Estela. And my name, Astoria Gilmore, it says 10/17/2013. That's my register number. Where's the pen at? This is my register number here. This was the unit I was in, 6F. My work assignment that time was HVAC. So I said, I want to attend the FOF program. Back in May and June 2013, I was accepted the FAIF program. The coordinator did come to give me orientation to go to the FAIF program. Now, I did graduate August 19th. That's when I graduated from the RDAP program. Graduated August 19th. I do have 19 months left on my sentence. I want to attend ASAP. Thank you very much. So this is, and at the bottom, you will see is the signature of the staff. The signature here and their initials as for the filing people on 10/21/13. So I showed this last week, but I showed it plain. So I found one in my paperwork of how it's written up. So the faith program was really for Islamic sisters, and I wanted to attend. So I had to ask to attend. Now, up here it says the United States Department of Justice. A lot of men use these forms to put a separate tease on other inmates. If they don't want them on the yard, they go for women too. If they don't want them on the yard, as I told you all before, when you come into prison, your name is on the laundry boards with your registered number. So the people on the compound already know you coming. So if you have some type of beef or a person don't want you on the compound with them, or they're scared of you, they go and they write one of these up and they send it to the counselors, and the counselor's name will be up here as this chaplain's name is, and they will get them to sign off on it, and the inmate will never hit the compound. They will stay in the SHU and be transferred. Okay, we'll go on to the next array. If you all remembered, this was the young man who was 18 years old and he went to prison. This is what he looked like before he was in prison. I think this light I have to. Yep, there we go. This is what he looked like. They took this child, beat him from his eyes being all black, and they tied this around his neck like a nuisance, like they raped and beat this boy. This is what he looked like. I don't know what charge he had or whatever, but that looked like his mother talking about the situation. These here are the police in Florence ADX. They're in the prison. I guess this is the hallway or something. Okay. This gentleman here is the gentleman who, this is him. I guess that's his girlfriend. This is what he looked like before he went in New York City prison. And here it says, New York prison guards beat inmate. Horror. This looked like every hour or something hour. But this is what he looked like after they beat him. So prisoners do get beat and tortured in all the prisons. These here were the shoes that we wear. The orange ones are county, the blue ones are county, the black ones, I think the black ones are county and FCI when you first get there. The white ones are county. But these is what you will have on your feet during your time in county prison, unless you wearing your own tennis shoes. She's in Florence ADX Supermax for prison. She was on TV and everything. Her name is not on here. I forgot to find out her name, but I do know she is one of the most dangerous women. They say she is a danger to society. I think she got like 4 murders or something like that, but she is in Florence ADX Supermax prison for women. This person here is your transgender that's in prison. She's a transgender. She's a transgender female. You see the men in the back, she's in prison with them. San Quentin. San Quentin is in California. So San Quentin prison report, lady, they call her Lady J, talks about being transgender in prison. So the men on men is true. Very true. This is what you look like when you go into county. They got you shackled up. You be shackled up from your waist down to your feet. Both of your feet have handcuffs on them, and the chain is in the middle. This chain right here is cuffed to another chain. I'll show you another right. But this, and if you see, he has on the orange decks. The men and the women wear the same thing. So they're being transported somewhere, but it says county jail. It says county jail. These here are another pair of county shoes. These are another pair of county shoes, county decks. They look a little orthopedic, but they look better than the other ones because they had the straps on them. So some of the county jails, they will give you these to have on your feet. These here are one pair of your shower shoes. The men and the women. These are one pair of your shower shoes. Some counties have this color. And if you see here, this is the chain, and he has two handcuffs, the shackles on his foot. This is the chain that's in the middle of the waist. These here are your other set of county shoes, shower shoes. When you go in prison, they give you these as shower shoes. Mind you, everybody's feet been in them. Do they sanitize them and wash them? No. When the prisoner leave, they take them and put them in a bin and give them to the next prisoner. When you get to the feds, like I did, you can buy your own shower shoes off commissary. Like I bought a pair of those Reeboks, the Reebok slides. That's what they sold on commissary because I wasn't wearing this on my feet. That's you get this is have unsanitized with fungus and everything up in it. They don't care. She's in Florence, Colorado, ADX also. But this is before she got there. She went to county. So in county, the women wear the jumpers. They can have the jumpers or the men, the shirts and the pants. They're still orange. This is a county long john shirt. You can buy these off a commissary. She's in a county prison also. So the women have the whole jumpers. They have the whole jumpers to wear also. You roll the sleeves up or whatever the case may be. This young man right here was beaten and tortured by the inmates. It says schizophrenic inmate. He was a schizophrenic. Here you go, Shelby, about the mental health. They didn't get this boy no mental health. They put him, you see, they put him in prison with sane people, and this is what they did to a schizophrenic person, a schizophrenic inmate, young, 22 years old, who was beaten unconscious by prison gang, who threw a microwave on his head, has been left with severe brain injury, is unable to walk, eat solid food, and has no short-term memory. So this is what happened to this lady's son, and he probably, whatever crime he committed, he probably wasn't even supposed to be there. He's schizophrenia, so they did not evaluate him and keep him safe as a mental patient. This is detail. When you see the people in White County Prison, that's detail. They work in the kitchen. She's the guard standing in front of their door. I guess she's getting ready to bring them out, or she just brought them back in. This is the men in detail.
It's a lot of the other color, but it's some the color ones back in the back up in there too. And this is what they sleep on in the detail unit. These don't even look like mattresses. Y'all see that? Look like plain, just something plain, just on top of a steel bed. That's what they sleeping on. But the whites, they wear the white is worn in county prison as detail. They work in the kitchen. Do they get paid? Yes, but it's nothing. Maybe some dollars, some change. It ain't no $200, $300 a month, nothing like that. No. This is, I'm gonna put it this way. This is the wing of the airplane that transport us, and this is the duct tape on the wing. All this money, and the wing is popping to pieces and everything. Do you think they care? No, you still getting driven right on that same airplane. Plane about to break up and everything. So this is the wing part of the plane. And if you see here, starting here at the corner, that's the duct tape going up here. Instead of just buy a whole brand new plane to travel inmates on, they put duct tape on the wing to hold the wing together. The fares is terrible. This is how they handcuff you. Every prisoner is handcuffed like this. This is the chain that go all the way down to the bottom of your foot and attached to your foot. This is the handcuff. This is the part around your waist that locks into the handcuff, and the key goes in the middle here and lock it in. These are the corrupted, nasty, disrespectful marshals on the airplane. You see this man standing up. They have the men in the back, and the women is up this way. You're turned one way. Everybody is sitting on one side, each side of the plane. You're facing one way. You can't move because you have those chains on you that I just showed you. You're chained up like that until your destination. Even when they're moving you in prison, taking you from one place to the other, you're chained up. Okay. This is another part of the chains, and I'm about to show you the array that he has on. He has on the jelly shoes, but he's shackled. This is what you call shackled up. That's why, but I be saying, I'm not putting them damn Chanel bracelets on no more. This is what I'm speaking about. These are the men wear these. The men have these on. Trying to make the mirror. That's okay. The men have these on. Trying to get it right. Okay. They have these, the jelly shoes that I just showed you the first picture. The men wear these. Well, man, you know one wear some jellies. This is ADX. When a prisoner is very disobedient, I hope y'all can hear me. I just seen my thing. Oh shit. Okay. What the hell? Your browser lost connection to your camera. Make sure come on now. Where is